Nadleeh, Two-Spirited Spirituality, and Foods as Medicine for Eating Disorders Recovery by Fidel Estebanio Frank. I have anorexia and I keep the physical weakness buried. I walked a few feet and I just collapsed and hit my head. Luckily, my mom seen me and she rushed over to check if I was okay. And I went to the doctor that day and yeah, they said everything was okay, but how can you be like okay, but like something like this just comes out of nowhere? Okay, so when I do presentations, I don't normally read off the screen, but this is important. Purpose statement. The purpose of this qualitative phenomenology study is to explore the gender differences for inpatients of anorexia recovery through peer-reviewed medical journals at the International Journal of Eating Disorders. At this stage in the research, the gender differences will be generally defined as identity struggles related to biology and social structures. Anorexia is commonly talked about among female identities. Hello, my name is Fidel, and my topic is Nadleeh, Two-Spirited, and Foods as Medicine for Eating Disorders Recovery. And what the term is Nadleeh is a term that I was called when I was little, and it was used as a derogatory word. And I learned that it's actually not. It's supposed to be like a reverence term in Dinek Etche, but because of the effects of colonization and Christianization, because I'm also like, I grew up in a Christian home and I'm reconnecting or whatever. Not really reconnecting, just like learning through ILS. So that's my background and my view, where I am coming from, and telling my own personal story with anorexia nervosa and how there's not enough academic discussion because I could really not find any. So I just wanted to speak briefly, and here's my literature review. Okay, so these are just some brief highlights from my literature review. And there's information heavily focused on female, Caucasian, white women. And there are some studies that are done with male participants. When we talk about identity and Nadleeh, I began questioning that, like with my own self. And I was wondering why there was not enough information on the term two-spirit. And all I was really getting was that it is an umbrella term, and there is debates whether it is biological or if it is social. So there are questions, and I decided to compare my story with a YouTuber named Ivan Lam. He is Asian descent. In his story, he addresses things that are the same as my story, my personal account. And the limitations of this research is that there are subject matters that I am not comfortable reliving. However, my role as a researcher is to step outside of that and to explore what is uncomfortable. So I did a lot of self-care, and that's why my last question is, with triggering topics in this process. What can future researchers do to mentally prepare? Going back to indigenous knowledge systems and research methodologies, some negative things that would come up for me is my personal story includes hospital mistreatments. Is it appropriate for the female security guard at UNM hospital, pardon my French, for her to say, the fact that you can't walk is bullshit? That's what that lady told me. I felt so much shame from that. My symptoms were that I got up really fast and I couldn't see anything. Everything was just black. And then I called the hospital, 911. I get there, they just think that I'm on drugs. Because of how I look. I had eyeliner. And I had painted nails or whatever. And they were looking at me for being young. And they thought I was just high. So these kind of mistreatments of the Albuquerque, how do you say it, medical care facilities are, you know what, that's how they treat all Native people too. That's how my dad was treated. I have other friends and family that were mistreated by UNM hospital, some at Presbyterian, and so that's why I have to do this. It's not just something that is a silly video art project or something that is just a school assignment. I do not feel comfortable talking about my own personal story, but sharing it, I feel like it gives voice to other people that are going through this, because I can't be the only person that's facing discrimination on a constant basis. Na J, Na B, Na J, A Lugi. Significance of study.
When you read about like eating disorders and body dysmorphia, you're always, well, at least for me, I was always like, that doesn't happen to me. I'm okay. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm studying nutrition right now, I think that was the day that it dawned on me that I had sort of like a real problem that I should have dealt with. Years later, I took these pills. Were really, really bad for me. It made my heart rate go up, they were like appetite suppressants. So for anybody that's promoting appetite suppressants, that's really bad, and I don't condone that at all, and I think it's just really bad behavior.
Need some more tea. I hope it's good. And if you have trouble eating sometimes, if you have a complicated relationship with food, I hope these videos give you a little bit of company at least. I again want to remind you that food is good. You need food to survive. Food is fuel. Carbs are not bad. You need carbs for energy.
closing, I dedicate my presentation to my favorite auntie. She passed away 25 days ago. Like 25 days in Christmas, my favorite holiday. I want this presentation to be a gift, the way she gifted me with knowledge. This is the last necklace that she made for me. I shared with everyone at her funeral. She is with Uncle Wayne now. I seen purple colors towards the end of the 13 days that I cried. Then turquoise. Auntie supported my photography. Auntie, thank you. You're probably laughing at my Dinek Etchit. Na Unkj Na B. I forgot to mention, for the significance of the study, I shared a story which involves Unkj. I met him, I had a video call, and then relates to my auntie. And yeah, that's why it was titled that. But I just want to share one last thing. There's a song that I wrote during my recovery. It's called Sing a Song. It's the last necklace my auntie made for me. Sing your dreams to infinity. Sin Hataał, Sin Hataał. Make your dreams reality. Sin Hataał, Sin Hataał, Sin Hataał. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. My auntie loved humor, and so yeah.